Every day we have a small fight with our producer because he just wants us to be in trouble. He wants to post these small segments on social media and we come under fire. So I'll start with a disclaimer. COCC, it's not us. It is our producer who is posing the question, is there a rivalry between married ladies and single ladies? I will start by saying, honestly, nah. To each their own. Enjoy your life. All I will say is there is a difference, especially when you become, socially. Married people and single people, if they're in a group, there's a bit of distance. There's a bit of, what do I call it? There's a difference, all I'm saying. Your friend who was married when you guys were single, it's different from now when your friend becomes married. Because marriage, expects a different version of you sometimes. There's no way we're going to be perambulating every single weekend at 4 a.m. and you're going home to your husband. Ain't no way. But when you're single, well and good. There's absolutely no way we are going to be outside, we are catching jets. Every weekend we are flying out. You have kids, they need to see their mama, okay? So all I can say is different stages of your lives require different versions of you. So I would not exactly call it a rivalry between single people and married people. All I'm saying is we're just in two different places, and that is okay.
I think we need to highlight it as it has been highlighted in this article that has been presented to us, because there are points and reasoning, okay? Number one, they say married women tend to be suspicious of their single friends or single women. Dear wives, not every woman who is single is after your husband. And to that I say, absolument. Look, if you are already having issues in your relationship, if you've already been suspecting your partner of being sleazy, if he's already been sleazy in the past and you're over here collecting, single women and bringing them to your house anyhowly, the chances of your husband doing something shady remain the same. If he was shady before, he will continue to be shady. It's never about the women. The constant here is your partner. So if your husband is sleazy, if he's shady, it's probably going to happen. But in most cases, it's not about the women. It's about your husband. It's about your partner. So you need to be checking your partner and your husband, not your wife, because the women don't always really care about your husband. Sometimes he's not even that hot. Do you know? The beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and you are the beholder. Nobody else is beholding this beauty that you see, all right? So let's get that out of the way. Not every single woman is wanting your husband, and not every married man is out there looking for single women he can devour, all right? So yeah, to that I agree.
Many single women feel pity for married women when they hear stories of how wives are being mistreated in marriage. Dear single ladies, not every wife is in a bad marriage.
Girl.
Marriage is a beautiful union. Absolutely correct. We've said it a lot on the show. Marriage is being given a bad press because human beings tend to highlight the negative over the positive. There are so many successful unions, so many good relationships and marriages. We just don't give them as much airtime as the drama. Who cheated? Who did not cheat? Oh, you're a married single mother. Oh, it's so difficult. Huko kinandoa. Nah, absolutely not. Marriages are thriving. It's an individual thing out here.
Many married women look down on single women because they view marriage as an award. The married women tend to look at single women as less worthy of respect. Dear wives, aka dear married women, marriage is not an achievement. You are no more special or grown than a person who is not married or who does not have children. And this is very true. In some spaces of seniority, there's like a thing, there's a hierarchy. Be around women with, if you're a single woman around women who are married, they tend to kind of like, wet out, Jewy. They're like, you don't know. When you're a married woman around married women with children, wanakwambia tu hata ujui. I remember there's a couple we used to hang out with quite often, and she'd be like, now you guys are okay. Wait until the children start coming and you will understand where I'm coming from. I'm like, girl, you cheating on your husband has nothing to do with you and your babies. Okay? You choosing to cheat on your husband with everything that walks, that may have 3 legs, doesn't have anything to do with you and your children and the fact that you got children. So do better for yourself. Leave this man, or just choose to be committed. Like, you can't have it both ways, or both of you, because if you don't like each other that much but you don't want to separate, keep your relationship open. Let this be an open secret, because at the end of the day, it makes no sense for you to be over here saying, oh yeah, I'm married, but you're in misery. For what? So I think it's important for women to stop looking down on each other based on the level that you're at, right? Because you have children doesn't mean every other woman who doesn't have children is dying to be in your position. That's not it. Because you're married doesn't mean every other woman is dying to be married. That's not it. Everyone does it at their own time, if and when they want to. If being the optimal word in this case.
Many single women gang up to talk about troubles married women go through, to console themselves since they are not married. Dear single women, there is nothing honorable about gossip. A woman who sits with other women to gloat over the troubles of other women needs to mature beyond this habit. Not everything is tea. Clock it. Absolutely not everything is tea. And you have to be a very wicked woman to be happy that somebody else is going through it. Oh, alikuwa anakimbia kuolewa. Sasa ona vile amekonda. I'm like, girl, what if I'm taking Ozempic shots? Mimi ladies, like, can I thrive? So you sitting and gossiping about somebody, you sitting and making somebody a point of discussion, for what? For why? So do better, ladies.
Many married women have formed a stereotype about single mothers, thinking that every single mother is loose and desperate and looking for a handout from their husbands. Dear married women, not every woman is financially struggling or an opportunist. And to that I say, clock that tea, babes. Because I don't know why the animosity usually comes when you see a woman is friendly with your husband and they have a child and you're like, yeah, she's just trying to, girl, some women have a lot more money than that your husband that you're trying to protect. Calm down, all right? Not every woman is trying to find a daddy for their baby, okay? Some of them are just happy to be single mothers, okay? So stop making it out to look like every person is after your husband. Babe, no.
Many single women look at married women as being in prison and lacking of freedom. Dear single women, if being independent is so important to you, then choose that for yourself. Other women find fulfillment in being interdependent and raising a home, being accountable to somebody, or raising children with the man they love. It is not a competition, and your choices are your own. You choose, I will be single forever, that's you. You choose, I want to be at the club every single weekend. That's actually good, because it is recommended that you should be clubbing and having social events up until you get to the age of 69, okay? Up until your 70s, you're supposed to be boom twaffing uko with akina DJ whoever. So please, your choices are your own. There's absolutely no point, and it doesn't help anybody when you try to shame other people for their choices.
This one actually really bugs me, and this is how it reads. Many single women make fun of married women and their body changes. Like, oh my God, look at how Mama Candy is looking nowadays. Dear single women, every woman's body is bound to change, especially when that body goes through motherhood or the demanding journey of raising a home. As you brag about your sexy body, your flat tummy because you're a snake, firm breasts, all right, and Instagram looks, other women are taking pride in their children, raising their children and how she raises them, their husband and how she looks after them, and a lot more women want to. She has walked through the thick and the thin of this husband, with this husband. You may have a sexy body, but fighting loneliness that married You may have a sexy body, but fighting loneliness. That married woman has stretch marks, saggy boobs, a jiggly butt, and a big tummy, but her husband finds her sexy. I hate to tell you, simply because you don't approve of someone's wife doesn't mean that they don't either. Okay, and this used to happen to, especially when you're a lot younger. You always look at someone and their wife and you're like, hi, that's who he chose. Yes, that's who he chose. What's your problem? All right. Or you look at a woman and you're like, oh girl, that's what you chose. Yes, that is what she chose. What is your problem? Why does her choice or his choice have to go through your very, I don't know, specific standards? These are your standards, not mine. These are your standards, not theirs. So you create standards for yourself. Find the person who fits your standards and your mold, and be happy with that person. Or choose otherwise. Simply because you're assuming every man is waiting for nyashi ni nyashi and skinny waist. It may be true, but where's yours? If that is why you're winning, where is your man? You know what I mean? Stop making it a body versus body.
And this one, we should shout it from the rooftops because it reads, many married women see single women as the problem when their husband cheats on them. Dear wives, when your husband cheats, the biggest culprit is not the single woman, but your husband who allowed it to happen. Stop going after the other woman. Even as the girls, stop calling and DMing the other woman talking about, oh, let me talk to you about my husband. Absolutely not. It is your husband you should be having this conversation with. Don't pick up your phone or pull up to somebody's, workplace or social event to beat them up because they slept with your husband. It is your husband that is the pull up to their workplace. Go to where they are. Beat them, okay? They owe something to you, not the other woman.
Girl, I believe you're right. Many single women covet what their married friends or married women have, and they speak to married women with jealousy and spite. They try to poke holes at the progress of other people's marriages. Dear single ladies, be happy for other women when they find love. Be patient and continue busy building yourself. Continue being busy building yourself. Your husband will find you in due time if marriage is what you desire. This is so true of so many people, not just married women, but we've seen this even in situations where it's just a relationship. One person in your friend group has a relationship or is in a relationship and the others are not. Instead of you guys, gassing them up, telling them, hey, we're so happy for you, being happy for them, you're always trying to say, guy, baby, did you see? What did you do? Me, I think. You're always trying to cause drama so that these people can split up because you're feeling envious, jealous, or whatever other emotions you are feeling. Or you just don't want your friend to be in a relationship. You want y'all to be the same. For whatever reason you decide to poke holes in someone else's relationship, always remember that your time may come. And when it comes, we pray that you find friends who are better for you. Remember that lady on Ask the Girls who brought up that conversation of, yeah, my friends, I was married really early, and my friends got the job, got the money and whatever. And all my friends are like, oh my God, that man doesn't deserve you. You can do so much better. Leave that man. And then she left that man. Guess what? Few years later, all the friends who were telling her, leave your man, you don't need to be married, let's go party, let's live our best lives, they're all married. Now she's about there saying, oh, my friends were horrible, they were jealous, they made me leave my man. Nobody made you do anything, babes. You did that all by yourself. And now you're trying to find a way to tell us to find a way to convince your husband to come back. First of all, he ain't your husband. Okay, he's your ex. Move on, find someone new. I think nobody wants me nowadays, I'm old. Mnajitafutianga shida.
Many married women see single women as a threat to their marriage, and they break off those friendships. Dear married women, do not choose friends based on relationship status, but their values and maturity. As a friend values and respects your marriage, keep her, whether she's single, divorced, widowed, or married. Sometimes the best advice comes from single, level-headed ladies. Wisdom comes from God, not relationship status. I even saw this lady who was talking about being a widow and how she realized how things changed so quickly. Her husband passed away And all of a sudden, her married friends were like, ooh. They all distanced themselves. And she felt like, they felt like she was now hunting
Contagious.
for a new husband. You know, because now my husband we live in the same estate. So now it's like, I'm now stealing your husband now. Nah, that's not the case. So there's no rivalry between single women and married women. It's just a matter of perspective, a matter of values, a thing of realizing who the drama is, who the actual culprit is. Your husband finyeing me jicho is not my fault. I'm just a fine babe, okay? I was just created by God after lunch, okay? It's not my fault. So that was our show today. My name is Turife.
But if you are feeling kind of suspicious of your situation, we're not also saying that it's a thing that doesn't exist. It does exist. These things are true to an extent. So review your situation. You decide what makes sense. And if there is an issue, address it early. Okay? Don't make it a thing of, but address an issue with whoever the person is that needs to be addressed and move on in peace, right? My name is Kathami. See you tomorrow.